Hi, everybody. Good evening. Hope you're having a lovely evening wherever you are. It's really late over here. It's almost 11 o'clock, but I wanted to do this very short video giving my thoughts on Chantal and what I think she's up to and why. So, I wanted to cover a couple of subjects. The first one being her current behavior and why I feel she's acting the way that she's acting. And I want to talk about her money. And I would like to stress when we talk about her money, I don't care about her income. Her income really doesn't affect me. I'm not pocket watching her, but I would like to talk about where I think she's getting her money these days, how she's able to do the things that she does, even before payday. But we'll get to that later. First, let's cover what's going on with her. She's been gone for the last couple of days, hasn't she? She's been kind of missing, which is strange considering that she needs money. She needs a lot of money. She doesn't have much these days. She's in Canada, and you would think someone who had a 7-day strike on their channel, missing 7 days of work, well, that can be quite expensive for someone like Chantal. She needs money to pay for food because she needs a lot of food. And she's got not one, but two sugar babies that she's also supporting. So a 7-day ban, you would think she would come back on YouTube and hit the ground running. Well, she didn't. She really, really didn't. She's not done much in the way of live streams or videos. And the stuff that she is doing, it's very brief and it's not interesting. And her views and her money on those must be lacking. So what's going on with her? Well, I don't have any receipts. I just have theories. And I'm basing my theories on past behavior and patterns of behavior. As someone that I've been reacting to her for quite a while, and I was there like other reactors were during Crackhead Olympics. If you watch someone for 8 to 10 hours a day, every day for a year, you become very familiar with who they are. I think some of the reactors on YouTube, we know Chantal better than she knows herself. We can almost predict what she's going to do, when she's going to do it. She is someone that she does not change. She's not grown as a person. She's not changed as a person. So her past behaviors are actually her current behaviors, aren't they? So let's talk about her past/current behavior. In the past, during Crackhead Olympics, when Chantal was heavily wrapped around Natter's finger, she got so entrenched in Natter that she couldn't see straight. She would go over to the crack house, spend entire weekends or even a week with Natter, especially right around payday. Natter would call her over. They would party together. She would come over to the house with all kinds of gifts to get into Club Natter, liquor, food, whatever he wanted. That was her entrance fee into Club Natter. And he would let her stay so long as the gifts kept flowing. And then once she was all tapped out or she wasn't giving up any more gifts, he would kick her out and wouldn't invite her back over until she got some more cash. Well, here we are in 2024. And it would seem the pattern of that is still continuing. Allow me to show Exhibit A. One moment, please. So what do we have here? What we have here, folks, is her last live stream. That was filmed 2 days ago. It went on for an hour. It was called Pennington's and Shoppers Drug Mart Haul. It was very interesting, this haul, because there was nothing extraordinary in this haul. She bought a teddy nighty nightgown type situation. She bought some hygiene wipes. There was really no reason to show this haul in the live. There was nothing much to talk about. In my opinion, this live stream was not about talking to her beezers, and it certainly wasn't for her subscribers. This live stream was strictly for one person and one person only. It was for Natter. It was her talking to Natter. And the hidden message in this live stream was, I just got paid. I got money. And I've got this sexy teddy nightgown situation. And I've got some personal hygiene wipes so I don't smell bad. Invite me over. Well, apparently Nad's got the message. And she's been missing for 2 days. And I feel that's where she's been. And here is what else is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. So I did the video, this video, and then I posted it to my YouTube channel. I checked the audio, didn't like the way it sounded, said I was going to redo it. While I was waiting to redo it, I went to Twitter. And a Twitter user by the name of Burgundy Bunny posted a very interesting picture there. And the picture was a screenshot. So Natter did a live stream and he was wearing a pair of sunglasses. Shantel's reflection was in the sunglasses, in the corner of the sunglasses. You could actually see her. Honestly, I didn't even need to see the picture to know they've been hanging out together. I already knew it was happening. Those of you that come to my tarot lives, even my cards have been saying they were talking. The Shantel, she's doing all she can to hang on to both Natter and Salah. Shantel's way of thinking is, if she spent money on you, the way she feels, the way she looks at you, you are an object. If she paid for you, she bought you. And if she bought you, you belong to her. So even if she's bought something and it's not good for her, she's going to keep it just because she paid for it. That includes a man, or in this case, men. So this live stream here was a message to Natter. And Natter knows when she gets paid. He's very familiar with her pay patterns on YouTube. And the message got received. Now, some might ask the question, would Shantel risk seeing Natter if there is a chance that Natter could open his mouth and expose her for seeing him? I say no. I say no based on the fact that Natter is much like Shantel. He's an opportunist, but he knows the benefit of milking the cow from both ends, meaning that if he's seeing Shantel and if she's giving him money and she's buying him food and if she's paying bills, if she's doing some of the things that she used to do for him, if he's getting what he wants out of her without ruffling any feathers, then he'll take it. If he knows he can get milk out of the cow without much effort, then he'll go along with the flow. He knows that Shantel is portraying herself as a Muslim woman who's married, that even though the story arc that she's got going on is ridiculous and it makes no sense, it's what makes her happy. It's what makes her content to keep it going. So he's not going to interfere in that, nor cause her any aggravation. Because if you aggravate the cow, then the milk stops flowing. and he doesn't want that to happen. So he's going to leave well enough alone. If he's seeing Shantel and he's got anything that's incriminating, he's going to put that into his back pocket. And once the milk stops flowing one way, he'll get it the other way. So he might be holding on to some stuff and waiting for the opportune moment to let it go. Also, he knows how unstable she is, how volatile and wrathful she is. Things might come out if she goes back to Kuwait. If she goes back to Kuwait, then he'll be out of the blast zone. If she's local, she's more of a threat, to go to the cops and so forth. So he's just getting what he can get out of her right now. And if there's any opportunity for something later, he'll take it then. So, yeah, like I feel that she's still seeing Natter, that she's partying with Natter. Anybody that has seen her lives lately, we all know nobody but Natter could make her as happy as what she's been. Like her whole demeanor changes when she's back in Canada. And it's not just because of all the food that she eats. It's because she's got contact with him again. Some might also ask the question, why would she see Natter? Well, Natter is someone that will actually be intimate with Shantel. Certainly, Salah won't do it. He's not going to touch her. And hate to be crude, y'all, but Chantal's very frustrated. Very, very frustrated. She's back in Canada. And she's close to somebody that will actually be intimate with her in one form or another. You don't think she's going to take the moment and get the boots knocked? Oh, yes, she is. If she's got to go back to Kuwait, if she's got one chance to get her bells rung, she's going to take it. Also, let's not forget what Salah did. Salah was a very, very, very bad boy, wasn't he? Very bad. He embarrassed Shantel. He humiliated Shantel by wanting to taste the forbidden fruit, the beezer fruit on the forbidden tree. Not only was he going after a woman, but somebody in Chantal's audience. So there was a bit of public humiliation. Shantel is a wrathful person. She doesn't like being slighted, especially if the slight involves public embarrassment. And there's a part of her that if you slight her, if you wrong her, she wants to get back at you. So again, would she have sex with Natter? Would she be near Natter just to get back at Salah? Oh, yes, she will. She would do it just to get back at Salah. So like there might be more than one motive involved here with her seeing Natter. But I think the core of why she's seeing him is she misses him. Like that is her soulmate. Like they're two rotten peas in a pod. They understand each other on an evil, rotten, degenerate level. She'll never, ever let go of him. Ever. So, Shantel, you were caught, girl. You were caught in the reflection of Natter's glasses. And I would show that picture here in this video, but anyone who's ever reacted to Shantel that knows anything about Natter knows that Natter is a little bitch when it comes to anybody showing a video or a picture of him. He freaks out, throws a privacy complaint. So I'm very sorry, y'all. I cannot show the picture. But I just saw it on Twitter, courtesy of Burgundy Bunny. You saw her reflection in his glasses. So there you have it, Shantel. You've been exposed. Not that we need to see the picture, but the picture was just confirmation of what we already knew. I don't know why you insist on carrying on the ridiculous story arc that you have with Salah. There's no chemistry between the two of you. You're not making money with the dude. It's an ego thing, isn't it? You bought Salah, or at least that's how you feel. You bought him, you paid for him, therefore he belongs to you. You just can't get it through your head. You can't buy people. No matter how much money you spend on them, you don't own them. But you see it differently. So she's back to her old behaviors, back to fucking off and not streaming as much because she's too wrapped around Natter, too wrapped around the partying. She's in Canada. She's got nothing to do, no real responsibilities. She doesn't have Salah at her back telling her she needs to live stream and make money. And she's just taking the opportunity to just lay back and do nada. So there's that. She's in Canada with the one person she wants to be with. The one person that he knows how unstable she is. He'll never live with her. He'll never be with her. Natter's not stupid. He's going to forever be with DeeDee because DeeDee is much more stable. She's got the condo. That's his home security. He's going to stay where he has a home, free of charge, and he's never going to leave it. Shantel's too unstable. She doesn't have a home of her own. Her income is all up in the air, and her health is on the decline. It would be stupid of Natter to leave DeeDee for Shantel, knowing at any minute something could happen to her. He's going to stay where there is stability. Speaking of money, let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk all about that. And once again, her income doesn't affect me. I'm not pocket watching her. But those of us that are watching Shantel, her behavior as of late is not her usual behavior. She used to be all on top of her live streaming and making videos because those are her money makers. She doesn't have an outside job. If her income is strictly YouTube, why would she not live stream? It's not like she's working a regular job on the side and YouTube is just what she does for like pocket money. It's her entire income. When she started her channel 7, 8 years ago, it was her entire income. And because it was, she threw everything energy-wise into it. Always trying to think of new ideas to do videos and always paying attention to the analytics and what videos got the most views and the most attention, the most engagement. She used to care about those things. But anymore, her attitude is, I don't care. She doesn't care if people are bored by her content. She doesn't care if she doesn't get many people in her chat. She just doesn't care. Well, how can that be? How can somebody whose only source of income is YouTube not care? They need money, right? They need money to pay their bills and pay their rents and pay for their sugar babies, which can be quite expensive. Why would they not care? Well, here's my thoughts about that. Let's go back to the history of Shantel. When she started doing mukbangs, she started to amass a whole lot of feeders on her channel. They all just gathered to her. And there's been quite a lot of evidence about her having the feeders. There was one feeder that she had that he had a particular quirk with her eating. He didn't like the sound of a metal fork or a spoon hitting the plate, so he bought her a huge wooden spoon and a wooden fork that she used for her videos. So that was one of her feeders. Then, of course, there was the Lakma fairy. Y'all remember the Lakma fairy? Another one of her feeders. And then there was the period where she ate paneer for an entire month. I feel that was another feeder. Uh, she also got caught on a feeder site. That's right. She had a profile on a feeder site that was exposed by the Kiwi farmers. Once it was exposed, she got rid of it. And then there was another incident of a woman, I'm sorry, I forget her name, with red hair, who came online and did a video detailing that she had a boyfriend who was paying not just Shantel, but also Hungry Fat Chick for content. He was a feeder, and this red-headed lady said that her boyfriend wanted her to basically get fat, just like Shantel and Hungry Fat Chick. And she became very upset with this. But this boyfriend confessed, yes, he was paying Shantel and Hungry Fat Chick for content. She was very upset about that. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that actually happened. So there's all this evidence of the feeders. And I also remember Shantel talking about feeders buying her clothes. She got lots of clothes from the feeders, lots of them. And then her shopping hauls, the torrid hauls, I noticed that 4 out of the 5 outfits that she would buy would be of the incorrect size. And that has to do with the gainers. They like to see those that they're feeding not being able to fit into their clothes. So there's all kinds of arrows pointing in that direction. So going back to Shantel catering to the feeders, she's been on YouTube for what, 7, 8 years? And because she's been on YouTube for so long, you have to know that she's got quite a few feeders that she's in contact with. Chantal's always maintained passing out her Instagram to people. Why would she do that? She's not so much of a people person that wants to stay in touch with fans. Well, if somebody contacts her through, say, Cameo or Instagram, she can direct those people to pay her for content through PayPal. She did it recently, passing out her PayPal, to scam people. She's basically, in my opinion, using YouTube simply as a portal to get in front of feeders. Once they see on YouTube what she does and how much she eats, they contact her privately about doing specific content. She'll do the content and she'll get paid. This is how she's able to have running around money, money for gas, money for food, well before payday. So once upon a time, Chantal's income was strictly what she got on YouTube. But over the course of time, she's gotten feeders in her back pocket. And Chantal's lazy. If she's got enough feeders in her back pocket and she's able to get paid right away through PayPal, then there is an inclination that she might look at YouTube and say, well, screw YouTube. I don't have to do a video today. I'm going to get paid for all these different feeder videos. So it used to be more emphasis on YouTube, but now there's more emphasis on just doing stuff off of YouTube and getting paid that way. And that's another reason why she's not been present on YouTube as much. She's leaning more, in my opinion, to catering to the feeders, although it's a stupid decision because it's one that is making her health go on the decline. But I honestly don't think she cares. I think she's just reached a point where she just doesn't care about her YouTube channel. She doesn't care about herself. She's in Canada and she is just saying, I just want to do what I want to do. I want to hang out with Natter. I want to party with Natter. I want to do the party favors and I don't want to be bothered. And that's essentially her attitude. So what do you guys think? What do you think about all the things that I've told you here tonight? Chantal, I know you're going to see this video. And what you do is what you do. It's really strange to me that you pushed your channel up to 100K. I don't know why you did, but you did. Maybe you did it just to get to 100K and say you did, but then as soon as you did, you just said, okay, I've reached my milestone. I'm just going to let the whole channel go. That was the attitude you put off to everybody. Again, it's your channel, your content, your decision. Don't care. Doesn't affect me. But it just, do you or don't you care? Something I found out today, that the ban of TikTok is going to go through. A bill just got signed. Pay attention, Chantal. This is important now. You need to hear this. There's a ban on TikTok. I don't know when it'll be effective. Why am I bringing this up? Well, because there is a lot of drama cows and lolcows on TikTok. If TikTok disappears, there is a high chance that some of them might show up on YouTube. So, Chantal, I know you like to be the center of attention. You love it. You absolutely love it. But if the reactors get too bored of you, and a lot of them already have, and I'm one of them, they might start covering other people more interesting than you. And you're going to get shoved all the way to the back of the room into a corner and forgotten about. And I don't know if that bothers you, but like, you don't care about your channel. You don't care about your content. We reactors, we're going to find other things to do, other people to cover. I've certainly found a few, and I'm going to start covering them because it's nice to do fresh content, especially if the older content, there's really nothing to talk about. But just something to think about, Chantal. Kind of make a decision. Do you care about your channel or not? If you don't, it can fall to the wayside. It doesn't affect anybody else but you. You want to go hang out with Natter? Have at it. But every day that you're offline, it's costing you money. It's expensive, isn't it? You know, you're not making money. And you've got 2 sugar babies. And you got to know that both of them, the relationships you have with them are very money based. If you don't have money, they don't have time. You know, get broke and see how long they hang out with you. But you'll find out. You'll find out. You'll find out, girl. It's coming. So do as you will, Chantal. Do as you will. The rest of us will go on, and we will carry on, and things will be as they are. So what do you guys think about everything I've told you tonight? Do you think, like I do, that Chantal, she's getting way too wrapped around Natter again, hanging out with him again, and carrying on with this ridiculous story arc with her and Salah, when clearly, like, that whole thing is over. It needs to be over. Over. Stupid. Stupid, Chantal. Stupid. You know, Chantal, listen to me. I know one of your problems. You're so hyper fixated on saving face. You create a story arc and then you just don't want to let it go. Even if you get egg on your face with it, you won't let it go. You put your own self in a box. You decided to carry on this thing with Salah, even though it makes no sense. And because you put yourself in a box with Salah, there's certain things you can and cannot do. Instead of just breaking free of that box and doing what you want, you'd rather stay in the box for the sake of having Salah. Well, having Salah and having Natter, that's what's making you broke. But it's up for you to figure that out. It's not for me to teach you. All right. That's all I want to say tonight. I'll look forward to all of you in the comments and your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And I'll see y'all later. Good night.